Danny Clark a chance of victory in this year's Adelaide street race. Clark came to grief on the final corner when making a late dash at the leaders.
58 riders pedalled off for the 65 minutes of pressure racing around a square course taking in Rundle Street and Grenfell Streets. Among the star-studded field were former Olympian and world champion Gary Sutton and Australia's most famous international Danny Clark, along with riders from the Australian and South Australian sports institutes. Most were content to slipstream through the early part of the race. The lead changed almost every lap. Several preem laps carrying prize money of $100 for the first rider across the line saw front markers break away at times, after which they dropped back into the pack to conserve energy. The final laps were thrilling, with international Danny Clark making up plenty of ground, but he came to grief within sight of the finish, where Bendigo's Rick McCaig took the checkered flag.
I knew he was behind me, a couple of lengths off, and I just heard the crash. I didn't bother looking back. I just wanted to get the line first. Right from the onset, it was right on. All the Institute boys were really putting in hard. They've been training hard for the Australian titles. Also, Gary Sutton, Danny Clark were trying hard, to sort of get the psychological advantage for Saturday night's point score. So, yeah, she was on all the way.
Steve McLeod.